Hi everyone, it's Matt from Greatness Every Day, and in this video we're going to be doing another book review, and I'm excited to share and recommend the book that I'm going to today because it is one of my favorite books, and as well, anytime that I recommend it to people, it seems that a lot of people have not heard of it. So the book itself is The Way of the Warrior by Erwin McManus. The subtitle is An Ancient Path to Inner Peace, and really, when I first read this book, I knew nothing about Erwin McManus. I didn't know anything about him, I didn't know where he lived, what he did for a job, what other books he had wrote, and things like that. But since reading this book about a year ago now, I've gone through and I've purchased some of his other books. The thing that caught my attention was The Way of the Warrior. Yes, it's a pretty deep title, An Ancient Path to Inner Peace. And when I read the synopsis and the review of the book, I said, wow, this book, if it's claiming to do what it says it's going to do, is really something that a lot more people should be reading. So for me, I went out, I purchased this book. I remember going into the bookstore, buying it, sitting down and reading it, and it was a book that really captivated my attention for many reasons. And it seemed like every time I wanted to go ahead and put the book down because I read a chapter and that was my goal for the day, I have to read one or two more. So that's a book that I hope you have the exact same experience when you get your hands on this book and you go through and reading it. But ultimately, the challenge that it looks at is, what is the definition of a warrior, essentially, right? Typically, if I was to say warrior and we are doing a word association thing, you're going to say something like big, strong, fierce, mighty, brave, all of those characteristics. They battle, all of those things go into the definition of what most people would say a warrior is. But I want to read the first paragraph in the back of the book because it really does a good job summarizing what Erwin McManus goes and does. Not tries to do, he does with this book. So it says, in order to be ready for battle, you must first know peace. Our world often thinks of a warrior as someone who dominates with external strength, maybe even at the expense of another. But the true warrior is on a far greater quest to realign the human soul from anxiety to peace, from pain to power. The warrior enters the arena not from greed or for gain, but rather to slay the artificial life to pursue a life of artful intention. And this is a great summary of this book itself, because sometimes the definitions that we have of a warrior, of something else in life, can be wrong, or maybe they're misaligned or misfocused. And I really like what he says there. There's a bigger quest than just going into battle. There's a bigger quest than just being brave and overcoming those things, right? What we're really looking at is going within, looking within, and really creating the inner peace. And one of the things that he talks about when he's gone through and done interviews as well, is he comments on the fact that so often in life, throughout history, even currently, we try to create peace in the world around us. And one of his commentaries on that is, we can't possibly do that if we're not able to first create peace within us. And that's a soundbite that I have thought on, I've reflected on quite a bit, and I really think that with the different codes that he goes through in this book is something that really is going to help you, because sometimes your greatest enemies are within. And I like how he sets up the book. He outlines his chapters as basically 8 codes for the warrior. So code number 1 is the warrior fights only for peace. Code number 2, the warrior seeks to become invisible. Code number 3, the warrior finds honor in service. Code number 4, the warrior gains mastery over their mind. Code number 5, the warrior owns defeat. Code 6, the warrior harnesses their strength. Code 7, the warrior becomes one with all things. And code 8, the warrior stands in their pain. So if you're able to go through those lists, talking about fighting only for peace, becoming invisible, serving others, gaining control and mastery over your mind, owning when you lose, harnessing your strength, becoming one with everything, and at the same time standing in your pain, that is a book that I would want to read. That is a book that I would pay for. I would pay mentorship for that and all of those things. And really what I view books as is a potential and a chance for me to connect with people that are smarter than me, people that are wiser than me, people that are ultimately going to give me a guide to living a great life. And this is a book for sure that I would invest in. So I'm going to really encourage you to go ahead and take a look at this book. Do some research on your own. I will say that with those 8 codes, Erwin McManus, when I did more research, found out he's a pastor. So it makes sense that with him, he bases his codes off the teachings that he provides, the teaching of the Bible or the teachings of Jesus. Whether or not you're a person of faith, that doesn't really matter. I really believe, and some of his commentary when asked by media in general about this is, what do you say to people that say this is a religious book? And what his commentary about that would be, he doesn't view it as a religion. He views Christians or Buddhists or a person of faith just in general or spiritual as a person seeking truth. And for him, he's spoken his truth. And I really believe that this is in something in line with the values that I have. And regardless of your faith perspective, regardless of your beliefs and your belief system, I really believe that if you take this book, you read through it, you're going to get a lot of truth, you're going to get a lot of value and things that you can practically apply into your life. So I'm going to leave that for you there. I will put a link down in the video description for you to check out The Way of the Warrior, An Ancient Path to Inner Peace by Erwin McManus. If you want to know anything else, please let me know down in the comments below. I'll do my best to get back to them quickly. And I hope that you enjoy this book. I hope that this book really is a tool, is a guide, is something that you use to create a better life. And I really believe that it's valuable, or else I wouldn't be sharing it here with you. So I hope this video helped. If it did, click the thumbs up button. Go ahead and subscribe to our channel for more videos about living your greatest life through personal development, health, and wealth. Hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Remember, choose greatness every day, and I'll see you next time.